ta ingu idam ngun lagi jong di mobile phone umdan porshu unduai umdan porshu unpuli ya ka bible tip shu ya ki kam ki jam ndai ki dam ngun lagi mobile phone kim tip shanu kuni kan yalam ki yaikta shi yaikta betang yaka ila long kumba em karngai ndai kan jia ayu yaki lada manusia takat giant solar storm kebakan kita lebih baru mobile phone kepertai baru kuai deh yang tak kin sekendit mobil berkajing tiang bakrau kan lagi kumangi pulih agak kitab jemput bau kalau mau buat pra kedua pakan ar kani kandai ke solar storm keba kejendung tak kepertai kani ka video ngani apa ba kumno kejingmi jong kini ki mobile phone kalong kawai na kidak kiba pun i ba ngila em ha kisngi kiba KHATDUH mat kumno kejingmi kini ki mobile phone kata ya wei po wei ba hakane ka slapertai kai ka banjia mat kai ka banmi apa unne usnam arjar lai po kaba kita ki he ki han kinle yo bunrio setelah kepertai mentangi dang penon kami ke mobile tangkumni nrei baik kinle kumnu hau arjar laipo ka kaplan jong kita ki he ki han kiba trikam na kabanta ban penkre ya kejing sencar don bor ta umrat lau nrei shwa bangin pej ya kita ngine puli shwa na ka ktien ke jong bulai ngine puli na ka shiti sha ki episos kalnong ko ban reu ko dekot ke bakat ar ke ba ongkum ni nama ka jingile jongi kamlong ya kat snam bat ya kado nre ya ki bor ya ki nong sunshar pertai jong kani ka jingdum ya ki jingboman bakan jamun siam ha ki jaka benang kini ki bor sunshar pertai jong ka jingdum nado ki spa snam ba menshua ki ya persyang menyo sunshar ya kani ka pertai ban yo kontrol ya boro ki brio ha kani ka sla pertai bat nang ni syakmat kini ki bor jingdum kin nang yai tablut ya kani ka pertai boro kawai kumba u isaya uladap ya tu lupa na ka kitab u isaya ka nong ka ban rupau kot ka baar ka ba ongkum ni na ba hakmi ka jingdum kan tablut ya ka kendo bat ka jingdum tliu ya ki kenja bun rio nre utra yunmi apa bat ka burom jung u oni i halor jung pa kani ka jingdum tliu ka ban tablut ya ki kenja bun rio baro kani ka jingdum tliu ka ban tablut ya ki kenja bun rio baro kamdai ka jingdum ne ka jing KHATDUH no ya kasngi ni ubnai ya kani ka kendau nrei kani ka jingdum tliu ka long ka jingdum bakan jam siam kebakan keta ya ki bor perkat jongi kaba kita ki nong sensyar jong ka jingdum ki pentrikam man kontrol ya baro ki brio hakane ka pertai kumala khot ktien nong wei ka main kontrol ni ka atiar ban kontrol ya ki jingmut jong perkat jongi kini ki nong sensyar bodon bor kila shna ya kata katiar ban kontrol ya ki jingmut jong perkat jong wei po wei ubrio hakane ka pertai haus nam karkanais pa sau punyo ka sorkar kalakot ya uwei na ki scientist ba start ba uba kerteng Wilhelm Reed bat kalabatayo uba wat ya ki kenjatiar ki bala ban kontrol ya ka jingmut jing perkat kibrio ka ba kibrio kin omtip ba kila syak kontrol bat kumtahi lo sedang benwat bat shna ya kata kenjatiar bat adin san snam ulalap ya kata ka kenjatiar ban pa syak ki jingmut jing perkat jing kibrio ban kontrol ban penjebo ya ka jingmut jing perkat jing kibrio wat adin ba ula dapshna ya kata katiar ula klina kita ki brio sorkar kiba kori uba le research ya kata ka penjatiar ban kontrol ya kibrio ula ong ya ki pin le ayu ya kani katiar bat hangno pin pentrikam ya ka bat kita ki brio sorkar kila ong ba kin panun kam kata karihi bat kumtahi u Wilhelm ula yang persya ya ki jing temu ka sorkar Ulaong ba ka surkar kan sa penenkam da kini katiar bang lasna mengahi. Ban kontrol ya borok ibrio. Kontup yang ngau basna balap ya ka. Ngan usya bat ngan penduk ya kini ka tiar. Nrai ka surkar kelakam bat kelatap yu habendi. Da ka ba kelap harap yu haki kambuman. Bat ka surkar kala kurup lut ya borok ki tiar kitar ki kot kislajong Mat ula thok shibun ki kot nrai ka surkar kala kurup lut ya borok ya ki kot ke bawah thok mat kala muri lut ya ki barok ula ya kun ya ka kes apok yang syari kenang ba kin pelat noi mat ula job mat ka yang syari kala hukum ban pelat noi nrai arta Yoshua ba kin pelat noi lalap ya kamet ya jung kabala tia lengktop apo patok ya kata katiar kaba ulhem ula lap kila ya persisang suki pasuki ban pentrekam bat kala shimpor daki pusnam ban pentrekam ya ka bat mentah kani katiar kala don amat laki shnong kitau ama hakwei pakwei ka shnong hakani ka slapertai bat kila pentrekam ya ka padairu na ka jingdon yo kani katiar isala ban pe ya kani ka video ka ba pi pe mentah bat kata katiar kadika microwave lani kita ki radio frequency wave kabala set na ki cellphone tawa sya ki mobile bangi penun kamangi bat kini ki microwave ki tang tang ya ki mobile bangi penun kam nrai ka tang bat ka ktaru ya ka jabiang jongi bat kat ba ka jabiang jongi kadang sya tang kini ki wave ka jabiang jongi ka telot no bat aba ka jabiang ka telot no ki jingmut jo perkat jongi ro ki telot no bat onda ki pa ya kini ki microwave baklan hangta ki jingmut jo perkat jongi kin sa nang telot dai ha kata ka por kin sa kontrol ya ki jingmut jing perkat jongi kila ro ban kemen ne ban pensusi ya ki brio ki wanra ya ki jing kelumar jingmut tamtam ha ki kena samla badu don kiba peniap no ila de tang na kadau jong ba syak ta ha kani ka mobile sengap kan dia kani ka video ka ba batai syapang ka radio wave ka ba mi na ki cellphone tua.
How many of you have an iPhone? You got to legal? All right. Now click on RF exposure. Now you can read it later, but it's basically telling you that you need to know, don't keep the phone in your pocket or you will exceed the as-tested exposure guidelines. Now, how many of you knew that before today? Because they actually are now giving people this information. Telstra is telling you to use a hands-free device to keep a mobile phone away from the head and body. Because mobile phones and Wi-Fi devices emit pulsed microwave radiation. 900 times a minute, it's looking for a signal. It says to the tower, where are you? Here I am. Where are you? Here I am. It's smart. That's how it's supposed to do. Now, when the phone rings, the worst time for you to put a phone right next to your head is when you answer it and say hello, because it's smart and it goes to max power. And bone marrow, and look here at the radiation as it gets into the groin area. And that's just from having a mobile phone modeled into the pocket. The United States magazine Consumer Reports recently recommended that nobody keep a phone in their pocket. Anyone seen a woman put a cell phone in her bra? Hands up, please. Please tell them you've heard now why they shouldn't do that. And here I want to show you our first case report from 2009, and we now have many more. This was a Chinese-American woman who used her cell phone 4 hours a day in her bra for 10 years while she was driving. Now, and you drive with a phone on your body. The phone is smart. It's going to go from one tower to another, and it's going to say, here I am, where are you, here I am. And it's going to be going to max power each time it moves from one cell tower to another. And there it was right next to her chest. And the tumors that developed right under the antenna of the phone. And it was subcutaneous, so it's like right under the surface of the skin. The World Health Organization had reviewed all of the evidence and decided that mobile phone radiation was a possible human carcinogen. How many people had heard that? If people started to use phones regularly before age 20, as most of the world is doing now, there was 4 to 8 times more brain cancer after they had passed 10 years. So now, why is there no increase in brain cancer that we can find in the general population today? Because there is not. And after all, if mobile phones really are important, why don't we have an epidemic today? Well, let me tell you why. First of all, brain cancer takes a long time to develop. How do we know that? We know that because when the bombs fell at the end of World War II, there was no increase in brain cancer in the survivors who had been studied. No increase at all. Until 40 years had passed. It took 40 years for an increase in brain cancer to show up in that highly exposed population. In fact, most epidemiologic studies find no increased risk of brain cancer from mobile phone radiation. They don't. Until 10 years of heavy use. The Canadian Parliamentary Health Committee has urged that there be a recognition that this is a, quote, serious public health issue. Vodafone has to provide a report to the American government, and they report that they face risks because they may have to pay people for health damages. China Mobile, in their report to the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, they had to say, we cannot be certain that future studies will not impute a link between electromagnetic fields and adverse health effects. Think about this. That microwave oven, it works because there's a metal box around a microwave signal, and the signal pings all over the place.
You don't realize it, but you are being programmed.
Social media tools are designed to be addictive. The actual desired use case of these tools is that you fragment your attention as much as possible throughout your waking hours. That's how these tools are designed to use.
Amday tangkat ni, Andrei katkum kajing penbena u CEO jongka Nokia u peka lunmak uloong ba haus nam arjar lai pau kintap sendonia ka mobile apo kamer jongki brio kaba mut amday shu tang ban shu ngin shu ya bat ha kikti lane tap ha ki pla Andrei ya kane ka mobile on sa tap sendon hapo ka snido hapo ka met ka jong ibrio baik kandet ya kane ka film kaba layatu lupa ba kumno kintap ya kata ka mobile hapo ka snido ka jong ibrio kumbangi tip berbol begini ki han aswa bikin le ya kanu kaba kata ya ka portai kisha nyatu lupa lang ba ki movie ki film ki bagi penmi kum bajia ya kane ka klam covid ke lada bitu lupa aga tu ka film Contagion te mantaru kane ka dei ka wina ki film kaba ki lai tu lupa ba kumno on tap ya kane ka mobile app poka met yung kibrio.
Artificial intelligence can do my job in 1 second flat. I'm going to be quite literally redundant in every way.
Will you call me?
Sorry?
Will you call me?
You mean telephone me?
Yes.
When?
Now.
But you're sitting right here.
This is why I wanted to have lunch. You just phone me? Now? Hello, Bethany speaking.
Hello?
You phoning for Bethany?
Yes. What are you doing?
This is Bethany, can you hear me?
Well, you're right in front of me.
But can you hear me down the phone?
Oh my God.
This is me. On the phone, I had it implanted. My hand is the phone. I can walk and talk because I'm on the phone inside my hand. I am the phone. This is what phones are going to be from now on. I have integrated. Thank you for your call. Subdermal implants. They charge themselves with motion like a self-winding watch. And it's on the 22 network. I get signal across 95% of UK mainland, 98 by next year.
When I phoned you, it was ringing. You were ringing.
That's the speaker. So small.
Okay, but when did you get this done?
That course in Winchester, I had one finger done every night. I still need to use a handset to phone out. Look.
Hello?
Hi.
Okay, but look, I can't believe you had surgery without telling me.
Skin plants.
But ni u CEO jongka Nokia u peka lunma skap uong kumno.
All right, we have 1 minute left, so very quickly.
I wanted to ask when you all think we're going to move from this form factor to something that's on your face, glasses, and when computing's all on the edge.
All right, 50 seconds. Who wants to answer quickly?
I think it will go. It will. First of all, it will definitely happen. I was talking about 6G earlier, which is around 2030. I would say that by then, definitely the smartphone as we know it today will not anymore be the usual kind of the most common interface.
Wow.
Many of these things will be built directly into our bodies. Many of these things will be built directly into our bodies.
Daniel uong ba hakisngi ki ba KHATDUH ka jingtip kanang roy. Ngadu ba mi kani ka mobile bat ka jing pendon kamya ka internet. Ka jingtip kala nang roy hadu kata-kata. Kai ka bang intip lumba ka internet. Manta nadu ba mi kani ka mobile bat ka internet. Ka jingtip sisya kala nang roy. Kala nang long ka ba pensuk hadu kata-kata yu beri bu unyo ka jingtip. Te kumbang DAK SHIN kila nang jia. Onda kila pentrikam saya kani ka mobile hapo ka kim tap hapo ka merka jong brio. Tip syu kai ka ban jia andrai. Ngikum ki kun ki jong blai. Ini bania ni skam ban long ki bala pun krea na kamta ka jingi kandu jongi ya unong le kurem ujongi ujisu polu ong shaka shti ba ar ki nong kuren kalnong ka ba khatwai ber ka ba ar polu ong ba nada peni te aktien yang i ber ujisu komta haba ngila pediang i ujisu ngila dap ya te aktien ber ujisu komta ujisu haba ula iye jangi ukwa yangi bangin don be ajan ge jongu man la ka pon man la ka kliman kumbalong ki samla manta isujur haba ki lada penia tek tien ikwa pe bania kren iwei ikwa pe bania kandu lani bania pun te kumta kumju jisu jongi ru ukwa pe yangi ba ngin don be mbat ki jingmut ju perkat jongi hawat ngi tre ngi kta ngi ya ngi yang ndrei ki jingmut ju perkat ki jongi ki de ban long wai tang shu Om dai shikini ki mobile phone. Om dai shikini ki ike jing subha jong kan ki partai. Ndai ki dibon long bai tang shu. Oi teng ka jing don jong kan ki mobile phone. Ka kata adu kata ya ka jing dai ka jongi ber ukres. Nomor teng kan ka jing don jong kan ki mobile phone. Ka pan thut no ya ka jing ya dai jongi ber ukres ngimla shu ban duai. Ngimla shu ban puli ya ka tien ka jong ublai. Ini ki game ki kata adu kata ya ka jing dai ka jongi ki kun ki jong blai ki bapun krea nam ta ka jingwan ka jong u kam tam ki khna samla ngim dai ban pulut por kini ki mobile kini ban delete no kini ki game namar ba ka kata shisha ya ka jingi dai ka jongi bur kres ada pikwa ban yo banta ka jingwan ka jong u lada pikwa ban yo banta ka jingrong no delete ya ki game punun kam ya ka mobile tang na ka mata hakikam om ha ban pulut por kini ki game pun krea nam ta ka jingwan ka jong u DAK SHIN kila nang jia na kawai ka por si kawai usaitan wile kumno ban tu no ya kata ka jingsuk ka bang yo no kres ndrai kwa bangin yo ya ka jingsuk na kini ki mobile phone ndrai ka jingsuk ka besi syapat kanum don dai na kata ka daw buon ki ba paniap no ila dia tang na ka daw ba yo ya ka jingsuk aba ki wa ngia don hayeng don kat bat ki bahiyeng asam ki jong imei pa ndrai Munsin idon hala ka jong ka kamra ngi shong marway ngi petang ya ka phone ngi pili jingmur betang hangta kan mau kani ka de ka butap jong setan na do mun kong setan ula ap kamang ba kumnu ha ka por ba ka im kan don marway ha ka ta ka por sayo ban punchoy kumju ru yangi ha ka por ba ka ya don lang baru adam setan wan nrei onda kala don marway hangta uwan man punchoy ha ka bakan ba muso adong kumjuru yangi ladangi penut por baik tang bat kani ka mobile usetan unyo man percaya yangi lai puja namar belai pa ngim don hak ta kajing don kat jong ublai lane hak kajing don kat bat ki bayeng sam bat ki parlok perjor rengi long baik marwai ngi shong marwai sembol jong kanika iPhone lene kanika Apple pi ba udai uso Apple nrei kladon kadak kendat badai kani kapon pau ba kani kadai ke cingmayan ka ba usaitan utrei lingba kanika phone utu uso Apple udai uso adong ba ka em kaladat kendat u adam ladat kendat kumta kamdai shu kan ba ngin artatien ba kani ka mobile phone kadai kawai na ki atiar jong ubaman dongin pun krek na yaladi nam ta kajingwan kajung u ngin kiar na kini ki eki bero iba usaitan wanra dengin don kajing dai ka bajan mut u nonglik kurim ujongi bangin yo umta kajingwan kajung u